From the outside, I am someone who has it handled. I know how that sounds. I know how it looks. For 20 years, I have been the person other people call when something is going wrong. I have worked in rooms where the budgets have a lot of zeros, where the decisions are not theoretical, where the consequences are real. My signature sits on choices that protect people, equipment, and millions of dollars. When I walk into a room, the room assumes I know what I am doing. And most of the time, I do. That is the part that makes this so hard to explain. Because there is one problem I have never been able to solve. I get home and there is nothing left of me. Not the kind of tired that comes from a hard week. Not the kind of tired of vacation fixes. Something quieter than that. Something harder to admit. I come home to the life I worked so hard to build, and sometimes I feel like I am watching it from behind glass. I am there, but I am not fully there. I manage risk for a living. I can look at a complex situation and understand the trade-offs. I can tell you what something will cost, where it might fail, what needs to be protected, and what happens if nobody pays attention. But the one risk I never knew how to price was what it was costing me to keep becoming the person the job needed me to be. For a long time, I told myself I was just tired. I told myself everyone was tired. Everyone was busy. Everyone was carrying something. I told myself I should be grateful because I had worked so hard to get here, and because so many people would want the kind of position I have. And I am grateful. That is the complicated part. I am grateful for what my work has given me. I am grateful for the security, the experience, the respect I had to fight for, and the life it helped me build. But gratitude does not cancel out grief. You can be grateful and still be disappearing. You can be successful and still be lonely inside your own life. You can be excellent at what you do and still wonder, very quietly, whether the version of you who wanted all this is still in there somewhere. Nobody really warns you about that. Nobody tells you that you can climb the mountain you once set out to climb, reach the top, look around, and realize you do not remember who started the hike. And when you finally try to say it out loud, people have their answers ready. Take a vacation. You are just burned out. Do you know how many people would love to have your job? Maybe you are overthinking it. Maybe this is just adulthood. So you swallow it. You go back to work. You answer the email. You take the meeting. You make the decision. You become useful again. Because being useful is something you know how to do. And that is the trap I did not see clearly until recently. The better you are, the more they need you. The more they need you, the harder it becomes to step back. And the harder it becomes to step back, the easier it is for your life to slowly stop belonging to you. I am not good at my work. I am exceptional at it. I do not say that to brag. I say it because that is part of the cage. When you become the person who can carry the difficult things, people keep handing you difficult things. When you are calm under pressure, people bring you more pressure. When you prove you can survive in a hard environment, the reward is often more of the environment. Competence does not always set you free. Sometimes it becomes the reason nobody notices you are drowning. I spent 2 decades being twice as prepared to be taken half as seriously. I went into a hard, male-built industry that was never designed for someone like me. I learned how to read the room before I entered it. I learned how to make my voice steady. I learned how to be clear, controlled, prepared, careful. I learned to fold away the parts of myself that did not fit. And somewhere along the way, I learned to call that professionalism. At first, I thought it was temporary. I thought it was the price of admission. I thought one day I would arrive somewhere where I could finally exhale. Somewhere where I would no longer have to prove that I belonged. Somewhere where the cost would go down. But I arrived, and it never stopped costing me. That is the part I am trying to be honest about now. Somewhere in those 20 years, between the deadlines and the proving and the being the only woman in the room, I lost her. The woman who started all this. I do not fully remember what she wanted before everything became practical. I do not remember what she was curious about when nobody was measuring her. I do not remember what she would have done with a free afternoon if there was no laundry waiting, no inbox waiting, no guilt waiting. She got buried under the title, the responsibilities, the competence, and the constant managing of everyone else's needs. And meanwhile, my children are growing up. That is the part that hurts in a way I do not know how to make neat. Because children do not wait until your career calms down. They do not pause while you get through a hard quarter or a major project or another year of proving yourself. They grow inside the ordinary days, the messy days, the evenings when you are half listening because some part of your mind is still at work. On the rare day when I have time to be with them, I am sometimes so emptied out that I am physically there and completely gone. My child tells me a whole story, and halfway through I realize I missed it. I heard the words, but I missed the moment. And there is a particular kind of heartbreak in being home and still not being there. My body started keeping score before my mind would admit anything was wrong. The fatigue that sleep does not touch. The weight that arrived while I was too exhausted to notice. The heaviness in my body. The way joy started to feel like something I had to schedule. And underneath it all, this low, constant longing for something fuller. Something quieter. Something that actually feels like mine. Not because I hate my life. I do not. That is not what this is. This is not a story about hating my job or being ungrateful or wanting to burn everything down. This is about realizing that the life I built required so much of me that I stopped asking what was left. And one day, the truth finally landed in a way I could not push away. I am not burned out because I work hard. I have always worked hard. I am burned out because I spent 20 years becoming someone the system could depend on. And somewhere along the way, I stopped being someone I recognize. So here is what I am doing now, and it is not dramatic. I did not quit. I did not sell everything. I did not fly to some beach and reinvent myself under better lighting. I still have a mortgage. I still have children. I still have people who depend on me. I still have a career that only seems to point in one direction. But quietly, in the margins of my own life, I started looking for myself again. I started learning things that have nothing to do with my title. New skills, new ideas, things that do not need to be justified on a performance review. Things that are mine simply because some part of me still feels curious about them. I am letting myself be a beginner again, which after 20 years of being the expert is uncomfortable in a way I did not expect. It is humbling, it is awkward, it is slow. And it is the most alive I have felt in a long time. I started building small things of my own at night, in the cracks, with my own 2 hands. Not because they are ready to replace anything, not because I have a perfect plan, but because they are proof that I still know how to want something that belongs to me. And for the first time in years, I am sitting still on purpose, not to optimize myself, not to become more productive, not to turn healing into another task I can perform well. Just to get quiet enough to hear what is still underneath everything the job has needed me to be. I do not have the answer. I have not found her yet. I cannot tell you this ends with me triumphant in a new life. But I am looking, deliberately, a little every day. And maybe that is the part I needed to say out loud. Because if you are watching this from inside your own version of it, the career that looks like success, the title that looks like proof, the life that everyone says you should be grateful for, I do not think you are weak. I do not think you are dramatic. I do not think you are ungrateful. I think you may be someone who became excellent at surviving a life that slowly stopped making room for you. And I think there are more of us than we admit. People who look completely capable from the outside and feel quietly unreachable on the inside. People who have spent so long being dependable that they no longer know what they want when nobody is asking something from them. If the emptiness feels dangerous, please talk to someone real. A doctor, a therapist, a person who can sit with you in it. That is not failure. That is care. It is what we do when something important needs protecting. But if what I am describing feels familiar, that quiet realization that you have gone missing inside your own life, then maybe the answer does not have to be dramatic at first. Maybe it begins with one honest question. What is still mine? Not my title, not my responsibilities, not the version of me other people depend on. Mine. That is where I am. I am a woman trying to find the person she was underneath 20 years of surviving a world that was never built for her. I have not found her yet, but I am finally looking. This is Crude Reality. Subscribe if you are tired of being told to be grateful for a life that is quietly costing you everything.